Okay, I'm going to do a quick video on how to integrate a WowSlider into your iWeb website. So let's get started. I'm assuming that you've already downloaded WowSlider from their website. And I'm going to drag in a couple images here that I already have. And I'm going to click on Settings. I'm just going to call this Demo Slider. It is 960 by 300 is the size of my images. And I'm going to go with just the basic slider. And then I'm not going to change any of this, but this changes the style of the slider, what the appearance is, what it looks like. And then I'm going to click on Publish. I'm going to publish this to a folder here on my desktop. And I don't want it to be this one, so I'm going to pick a folder. I'm going to tell it the desktop and choose. Double check that. Desktop, choose. Why aren't you giving me my desktop? There we go. Desktop. If you have more than one of these WoW sliders on a page, that's what the slider ID is. So if you have like 3 or 4 different sliders on there, you would want to change them so they're not all the same ID. And now I'm going to publish. And now we have this nice little slider. You can skip through with the arrows, or you can also skip through via the button up at the top. So now that we have a slider, I can close this. I'm going to close out of WowSlider because that's all we had to do in WowSlider. So I'm going to quit WowSlider. It's going to ask me if I want to save. I'm not going to save this one, but if you're working on a project, you could save that. And now on the desktop, I get a folder that's engine, a folder that's data, and then I get this index file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call this Demo Slider. I'm going to put these 3 items into that folder. Now, there's those 3 items in there. Now I'm just going to upload that to my web host. I use IX web hosting. They're pretty good. They have great customer service. So I'm going to take Demo Slider that we just created. I'm going to drag this on over here. Continue. Continue. And now that's uploading our slideshow. This is a step that you have to do before you can put it into iWeb. So now I'm going to open up Safari. I'm going to go to my website. Maybe. I'm going to go to my website. And then The backsplash is actually telling it to look in a certain folder, and the folder that we just created is called Demo Slider. So if I do the / Demo Slider, here's our slider. Now if I right click, I get this little drop down menu, or you can go View, my QuickTime's in my way. I can go View, Source. And this is the code that we're going to put into iWeb. Now there's one other thing that we're going to want to do to this code. So I just selected all that text. You can Command A, Command C, and that'll copy that. I'm going to come over here into Text Edit. I'm going to paste that, because now we need to tell iWeb where to look for these images. So oh, I'm in Safari. That's why it's not letting me paste anything in there. So what I'm doing now is adding the address in front of these pieces so iWeb knows where to look for the information. So I did that here at the relative link, engine 1 jQuery, and I'm going to do that for the images here. And then this is for the little images up to the top. And that's just in between the quotation mark and the Data 1 tooltip. So now I'm going to select all that text and copy that. Then I'm going to come over here into iWeb. And I'm going to click on Widgets. And I'm going to drag in an HTML snippet. And then I'm going to paste that code and click Apply. So once you paste that code into the HTML snippet, it should start working right away. That's how you know that you got the code in there correctly. And well, to actually interact with it in iWeb, you have to double click on it to where you get the blue line around it, but then you can actually use the arrows to skip through, or you can skip through with the bullets up above to move through. So now that I see that that is working correctly, I'm going to move the recording out of the way. I'm going to publish site changes, which is just that one page. Okay. And now all that's left is to upload that page that we just changed. Don't save. So I'm going to come to where I've just published that site, because I published that to a folder on my computer. Oh, that's the wrong folder. Helps to look in the right folder. Websites. Finish key. And I should now have WowSlider. So now if I select those two, I can simply just drag those two over onto my server and that'll upload. And now that that is finished uploading, and come back into Safari. Go to my website. Add that WowSlider, which was that page that we just created. And then if I go to that web page, you can now see that that is working. We can scroll through, or you can use the bullets up at the top. And that is how you insert a WowSlider into iWeb. Thanks for watching.